New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
An Army Green Beret accused of killing 3 people in a mass shooting at a bowling alley in Rockford was held without bond on Monday. Duke Webb, a 37-year-old Florida resident and active military member, is facing 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. He is a Special Force Assistant Operations and Intelligence Sergeant assigned to the 3rd Battalion, 7th Special Forces Group Airborne, according to a statement from the Army. During his first court appearance on Monday, Winnebago County judge ordered him to be held without bail. Webb's defense attorney, Elizabeth Bucko, said that Webb suffered from post traumatic stress disorder while serving in the military and was set to be evaluated for a traumatic brain injury. The motive for the attack remained unclear Monday night, but more details have emerged about how the attack went down. Winnebago County prosecutors identified the victims, who were killed, as 73-year-old Dennis Steinhoff, 65-year-old Thomas Furseth, and 69-year-old Jerome Woodfork. Prosecutors said that 4 teenagers were sitting at a table at the Don Carter Lanes bowling alley when Webb started shooting at them. A 14-year-old girl was shot in the shoulder and a 14-year-old boy was shot in the face. Both survived. Forseth began running towards the stairs at the bowling alley when Webb started shooting. Webb shot him in the torso, and Forseth collapsed on the stairs and was pronounced dead on the scene. Shooting Forseth, prosecutors said that Webb went upstairs to the second floor, where 20 to 25 people were gathered at the bar. Webb fired several shots at the group in the bar, hitting Steinhoff in the torso. Woodfork was also wounded in the volley, and witnesses saw him fall to the second floor balcony to a parking lot below. Steinhoff's body was found on the balcony. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. A 62-year-old man and who was at the bar on the second floor was shot in the thigh, back, neck, groin, and buttock. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Ryder and his girlfriend had just ordered food at the bowling alley when they said all of a sudden they heard the sounds of gunfire. Ryder said that he hid behind a box and called 911. Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea said that when officers arrived to the scene, they heard shots within the building. Officers went in and apprehended Webb without any officers firing their weapons. O'Shea said that the suspect attempted to obscure his ID and hide his weapon before being taken into custody. The entire shooting was recorded on surveillance video, and prosecutors said that Webb admitted to shooting and told officers where to find the guns he used. 2 firearms were recovered at the scene, including a Glock 40 caliber and a Glock 380 caliber. O'Shea said that Webb has no ties to any of the victims. O'Shea was asked why was there people at the bowling alley at the time, since COVID-19 mitigation procedures do not allow places like bowling alleys to be open. He said that the bowling alley and separate bar downstairs were closed, but a bar upstairs was within compliance of mitigation efforts. The upstairs bar has an outdoor balcony and double garage doors. The teens who were at the bowling alley were there to pick up food for carryout. The 14-year-old boy who was shot was airlifted to the hospital in Madison, Wisconsin, where he was stabilized. The 14-year-old girl, who was shot in the back, was treated at a local hospital and later released.
So you mean to tell me that he's an active service member, special forces, best of the best, right? And nobody did a psychological evaluation to see where his mental was at all. Nobody noticed anything strange that was going on with maybe the way he was speaking or acting, or maybe with certain thought processes of how he would see certain things or answer certain questions. Nobody noticed anything. But when it comes up to him about to go to trial, He magically suffers from PTSD now. All of a sudden, after committing this atrocity, he suffers from PTSD. Is there a way that we can just so happen to just get rid of PTSD and stop the enabling of a lot of these killers? Is that even possible? You know what? Matter of fact, I'm asking the wrong question. It's not possible because he is a reflection of the majority in America. So because they see themselves in him and vice versa, it's more palatable for him to have committed such atrocities. And on top of the fact, since he is decorated, right, because he's a part of the military, and they're going to weigh that, with whatever time he's going to get, and then they're going to say, oh, since he's been here in the military, seen a lot of atrocities, he's lost a lot of brothers, and he's seen a lot of lost lives, and body parts being blown apart and different things that does something to a man, right? That changes a man, right? Being in the military for so long, having to follow orders and go on these missions, and every waking moment, and always looking over your back, it changes a man. So you mean to tell me that it changes a man so much that it leads him to PTSD, which then leads him onto a mass shooting onto innocent people who are not even the enemy, or at least the enemy that the United States told him was the enemy? I'm just trying to make sense of what this is. I'm trying to make sense of a senseless situation where a multitude of people ended up losing their lives because of what? Like I said before, but this is America. He's one of America's proud boys. He's one of theirs. They taught him how to hunt. They taught him how to cook. They taught him how to kill. And magically, I guess some marbles and some screws fell loose to the point where everybody around him was starting to look like the enemy. So now he gets to get by on PTSD. Mind you, he had weapons. Mind you, he was trying to hide identification that told police who he was. And then later on, he owned up to the fact that he shot everybody there. He hid the weapons. He told the cops where he hid them and everything. And then the police wanted to highlight in an article that, they were able to capture him without firing any shots. It's hard to capture somebody who willingly goes with you. You didn't have to coerce the person. You didn't have to threaten the person. You didn't have to pull any type of weapons on him to force him to come with you. He just did it because he knew that chances are very great that the gods are in his favor, that nothing was going to happen to him on the scene, which it didn't, and that he's going to get a lawyer that's going to speak for him and say PTSD. And that's usually the key word for a lot of these killers to get lesser time, or to barely get any type of time, or the time that they have to spend will be in the psych wards, or something or other. Like I said, this is all ridiculous, but yet again, this is America. And America, 9 times out of 10, have always felt pity and remorse for the killers who are a reflection of them, who hold on very dear and for all life of those true American values. That's exactly what you're looking at here, folks. But yet, none of those individuals are going to claim responsibility for why it is that he went off the rails, if it was even that. Because even still at this time, they haven't given a reason, even a lie, right? A somewhat believable reason as to why he decided to go to this alley and start shooting at random individuals who were just there enjoying their time. Craziness. Like I said, I wonder where all of these people who normally scream that, such and such lives matter. right? Because we're all one big giant melting pot and we're all made in the image of God. I really want to know, where are those individuals to raise awareness to what took place here? Oh, that's right. They don't care. And that's normally how it works. Like I said before, people aren't, America, sorry, isn't going to care up until all of what we're seeing right here hits their doorstep. It starts to come for their kids, their husbands, their wives, their aunts, their uncles, their brothers, their sisters, their grandmothers, their grandfathers, their little dog Choji, right? And their little cat Sarah, right? And maybe Ned the milkman, and John the mailman, and Stephen the delivery boy, and maybe the Joneses, next door or across the street, and the Stevens, half a quarter block up until it hits something very close. That's the only time that America is really going to care. And then the funny part, I'll take it to another extent. The main reason why America, in a sense, doesn't care is because people have been desensitized to actually caring. Because there was at one point in time where school shootings were happening like clockwork. You could pretty much look at a clock and you would get two of those things to basically happen within a month. Or it would get to the point where you would have a mass shooting once or twice every few months. Somewhere there would be one of these mass shootings just like this. But I don't believe it's happened enough in order for America to actually be desensitized to it. So then I fall back on the previous, which is people don't care because the people that got harmed are not a 100% reflection of them or their values. So up until that point actually happens, that's when they're going to decide to care. But when they decide to care, that's when it's going to be too late. So good luck, America. And GG on raising this fine citizen, this fine specimen here, to do, I guess, your dirty work, right? But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in my rant, in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.